Welcome back to today's economic news. I'm John, and today we're diving into a topic that's as much about music as it is about the politics of appreciation and neglect. Imagine a world where the sound of a symphony could somehow silence the cries for help, from families struggling to pay for basic healthcare or veterans trying to navigate an unfathomably complex bureaucracy. Through the glittering tones of the Kennedy Center's free holiday concert, Notes of Honor, we are supposedly applauding our service members. But is this melody merely masking a cacophony of neglect? Before we get to the heart of today's story, let's paint a picture. After the tragic events of September 11, 2001, America was galvanized by a renewed sense of unity and appreciation for those who protect our land. Across the nation, initiatives sprung up, programs, legislation, and funding were put into place to support our military community better. The Kennedy Center, nestled in the heart of Washington, D.C., tapped into this vein of patriotism. They became a beacon of tributes, tying the threads of the arts with the valor of military service. The annual Notes of Honor concert is their flagship effort, a free event celebrating military personnel and their families during the holiday season, broadcasting gratitude from the government and the public alike. But before we get lost in the music, let's travel back in time to understand how we arrived here. Picture 2020. The world is battling a pandemic, and so are families across the military community. Federal promises of support and bills labeled as one big beautiful bill ensured torrents of pre-allocated funds for events like these, strengthening the bridges between military accolades and the arts. During the Trump administration, which saw Donald Trump chairing the Kennedy Center, significant federal dollars flowed towards creating extravagant military-related events. In theory, it created a harmonious synergy between the dreams portrayed on stage and the real-world values that service members hold dearly. But is all that glitters truly gold? Let's take a peek at the specifics. The much-anticipated Notes of Honor concert is set for December 11th, and unsurprisingly, it sold out rapidly. Our nation's nemesis of logistics, the National Symphony Orchestra, will take center stage. Proudly sponsored by RTX, an aerospace and defense firm with deep pockets. Tickets are accessible on a priority basis to those with valid military identification, as it should be. However, is this concert, complemented by high-profile figures and symphonic scores, achieving anything beyond a temporary pat on the back? To unravel this further, critics have raised a brow at the very essence of this event, asking whether it's a heartfelt tribute or a superficial gloss over. While they laud the effort and need for expressing gratitude, there's an undeniable undercurrent of skepticism. The reality for many military families extends far beyond the walls of the Kennedy Center. Mental health issues, economic instability, and bureaucratic nightmares in the VA system loom large, issues that a night's ovation cannot fix. Let's look at some hard data. Imagine a sold-out concert hall, each seat echoing gratitude, yet temporarily ignoring ongoing systemic issues. What good is harmony for a night if discord persists in these families' daily lives? Melinda Doolittle and Stephen Reinick, figures at the concert's helm, speak of the honor and bravery they're inspired by. At face value, it all seems sincere, but the unanswered question remains. Is this concert fulfilling its role as a catalyst for real, substantial change, or is it merely an illustrious cave of shadows? Now, let's switch our focus to a more libertarian perspective. The event rings with the sound of inflated spending. The funding finds its roots deep within taxpayer contributions, each dollar ostensibly meant to support military endeavors, yet quietly adding fuel to the inflation inferno that eats away at the citizens' purchasing power. Is it theft by another name? And as the government orchestrates such grand performances in appreciation, it conveniently glosses over its own incompetence. Why is there a concert when mental health services and employment aid are desperately needed for veterans and military families? Furthermore, it's worth considering the broader implications of these patriotic displays. Hosting events meant to honor could unwittingly push society into a dangerous dance, where questioning authority feels unpatriotic. By continually draping ourselves in the flag's comfort during these symphonic offerings, Are we forfeiting critical civil liberties? To wrap up this crescendo of thoughts, the main takeaway rings clear. While the figurative song plays on, reality persists outside the concert's echo chamber. If we are truly tired of paying for grand gestures that masquerade as answers, hit subscribe and stand for a vision of support that extends beyond symphonies. I'm John, and until next time, let's work towards meaningful change beyond the notes.